Welcome to the Chrysalis Temple, a sacred portal where the quantum meets the mystical. We awaken timelines, dissolve limits, and embody the frequency of your highest self. Welcome back, beloveds, to the Chrysalis Temple podcast. My name is Alina, and I'm your host. And this is your sacred space for deep cellular remembrance, alchemical transformation, and a coming back to your divine feminine power. And today is the first official episode. And I am so excited because we're going to be diving in deep. We're going to get woo woo and we're going to get quantum because today's topic is the quantum self, becoming who you already are. And this is one of my favorite things to talk about. Quantum, all things quantum, is so fun. So let's get into it. What is the quantum self? The quantum self is a version of you that is living in your most authentic frequency, that is living in the highest timeline, that is living in your soul's divine purpose. It is a version of you that is living that dream reality, like the one that is in your dreams, in your visions, that version of you. And this version of you is not somewhere 5 years from now. That version of you is already here. And the way you become that version is by remembering on a deep cellular level that you already are that version of yourself. And so I want to share a story of how I began to remember my quantum self. And so this pretty much, I told you a little bit of my journey of really having a big breakdown moment from everything that really truly transformed my life from the inside out. Well, this story starts a little bit before that. I was already on my spiritual journey and I was so into it. I was doing all of the meditations, the activations. I was always in this space of receiving cosmic wisdom, like flying out in the ethers. It was wonderful. It was great. And I was always like in this space of like, yeah, just one more activation and I'll be there. Yeah, I saw this vision and it's like, whew, I'm there. And that version of myself, that quantum version, I was always kind of in this chasing space to get to that version, right? And yeah, it was a lot of like I said, spiritual cosmic knowledge that was not being grounded into reality. It was not being grounded into the body. It was out on the ethers, and I was always in this kind of chasing, trying to catch up to that version of myself. And then in the beginning of 2023 came my full collapse. And my collapse was in a form of my physical health collapsing. And I was faced with all of the shadows, all of the all of the things, everything that I was not facing before that. And that is when I chose to surrender to the body. I chose to really surrender, stop pushing, trying to attain a certain outcome. I just surrendered to the messages of the body. Yet at the same time, I chose a different reality every day. While I surrendered to the messages of the body, I understood that the body was speaking to me. I also chose to live as the version of myself that was already healed and healthy. Every single day, upon rising, I chose that reality. I asked myself, well, if I would be healthy and healed, what would I do? How would I dress? How would I think? How would I talk? How would I act? All of the little things. What would I do with my day? All of these things I was asking myself and doing the things, surrendering to that. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. But day to day, I chose to do that, of coming back to my body. And what helped me was, of course, all of the methods that I teach and that I work with, and that I guide my clients through, is quantum healing, quantum breath, and quantum flow. Every day upon rising, it would be breath through breath, rewiring the nervous system, bringing myself back to safety, listening to the body and letting the body know that I was safe, and at the same time choosing that healthy version of myself. And it was pretty quick. Within a few months, I noticed so many different changes. First of all, my energy, I got my energy back. The constant fatigue that I was feeling, it was reduced by a lot. I used to wake up with pain from head to toe. I started to wake up and feel great. Then I started to see actual physical changes of the way my skin looked, the way my body looked, all of the things on the physical level. Then I noticed, having more mental clarity. And from there, my relationships began to change. And before I knew it, I look back and I'm living that version of myself. Because every single day I chose to step into that reality and peel back layer by layer everything that was not in alignment with the reality I was choosing. So, with that being said, the quantum self is a version of you that already exists, right? We talked about what the quantum version of you is. It's that highest version of yourself. It's the version of you that is living in alignment with your soul's purpose, that is living that dream life. And that version is available to you right now as an energy potential within the quantum field. Now, the quantum field is the field of infinite possibilities, meaning all different versions of you exist within the quantum field already right now, because the quantum field is not limited by linear time like we have in our physical reality. So all versions of you exist there already. The version that you see in the physical reality is the one that is in resonance with that energy that is emitted from your physical body into the quantum field. Now, the quantum field contains infinite amount of possibilities, and it's an energy information, like it's a energetic information field that is all around us at all times. We cannot perceive it with our physical eyes because our physical eyes perceive only about 0.0000001% of all reality, and the other 99.9999% of reality is within this quantum field beyond our physical eyesight. And so this quantum version of you exists within this quantum field of potentiality. And the way you manifest it into the 3D physical reality is by transforming, alchemizing your energy, the energy that is being emitted out of your toroidal field right now. Because everything is energy, and so is your physical body with the emotional body, mental body, and so on. It is all energy. And whatever energy is being emitted out of, like I said, the toroidal field that is all around you, the energy that is being emitted, it is like a transmitter. It sends that signal out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives, and that begins to be manifested. So therefore, the reality that you have right now is based on the energy frequency that you are emitting, right? The way you then transform yourself and begin to embody and live as that quantum version of yourself is by transforming your energy. And the way you transform your energy is really like peeling back the layers of everything that you are not. Because right now the signal that is like being emitted is kind of distorted. That's why you are not in that version, not in that quantum version of yourself. So in order to get a clear signal of that quantum version, you begin to transform, transmute, because again, energy cannot be destroyed or created, only transformed. You transform the energy of your thoughts, of your emotions, your nervous system, energy all around you, and your physical body. You transform all of that to match and align with that version of yourself by peeling back all of the layers that are not you. And what are the layers that are not you? The layers that are not you are the pieces that, the unconscious programming, that is all of the things that you do on a daily basis that are on autopilot, and you do them from this unconscious space. And these unconscious programming maybe, might have been programmed into you before you were even born, right? In these whatever your mom was feeling and thinking during pregnancy, then the first, like as soon as you're born, and all of these things throughout like early childhood, things like that are unconscious to you, that are like now things that you do as normal, something that you're used to, because and that transforms into behaviors, daily behaviors and patterns that keep repeating, and limiting beliefs that might have been passed down again, either from your parents, from society, from friends, whatever it is. Maybe one day, someday, someone said something to you and that really stuck to you and created this limiting belief. and so on and so forth. Anytime, you experience some kind of trauma, it doesn't have to be big trauma. It could be like little traumas, that it's pretty much anything that made your nervous system kind of contract, right? In that moment, created that trauma, and that little trauma crystallization stayed within the nervous system, within the spine. And anytime you encountered a similar frequency, that just kept replaying and circling back to that. So there's many different things of that that could be stopping you and blocking you right now from truly remembering that version of yourself, from truly embodying and living as that version of yourself. And yeah, so I mentioned it could be limiting beliefs, it could be unconscious programming, it could be emotions that never were processed, emotions that were like stuffed down and repressed, that became then like that energy, because our emotions are energy in motion. And if you suppress it, repress it, that energy does not move through the body like it should. It stays there, and then once again creates this energetic blockage. It creates that frequency and vibration is just within the body and just being stuck, creating a blockage. Once again, like it could be in the nervous system, within the spine, keeping you in this survival state. And then it's creating from all of those things, creating a disconnection from the body. So you become disconnected from the body then begins to like the signals are not being transmitted to the signals you're receiving, but you're ignoring the signals from the body until they get louder and louder, and so on. So all of these kind of things, the traumas, the wounds, the stories that are playing on repeat, the patterns, the behaviors, the limiting beliefs, all of the unconscious programming, that all of those layers that are not serving you, that are keeping you in self-sabotage, that are keeping you small, that are keeping you in this survival, right? Those are the layers that are not your true frequency. They are almost like these masks, these things that we put on as a protection mechanism. And we go out every day and live through these layers. And they're stopping us and blocking us and slowing us down from living in our most authentic, most unique frequency of our soul. And the way to transform and peel back all of these layers is I have a few things that I would do, and as I did in my journey to peel back all of these layers, to discard all of this, to really begin to embody that frequency of your soul. First and foremost, make the choice. Choose to live as that version of yourself. First and foremost, it has to be a choice. So choosing to live from that frequency. And the next thing is getting clear on that quantum self version. So first thing is journaling. Really, truly journaling. Journaling is a very, very big thing in what I do as well. Journaling, putting the pen to paper, physically writing, also creates rewiring changes within you. Very useful. And bringing about a lot of clarity. So here, First is choosing that reality. That's already right there. Choosing that reality, knowing that your choice, just by you choosing, things are already changing and transforming. Then you journal and get clear on this version of yourself. Quantum self. What is this version of you? What does this version of you look like, think like, talk like, stand like, dress like, think like? What does this version of you believe about the world? What does this version of you believe about yourself, about relationships, about work, about making money, about living that dream life? What does this version of you choose every day? If you were already living as that version of yourself, what would your day look like, day to day? What does that look like? Write it down. Get super clear on all the steps and choose that reality. Now, things are gonna come up. They're gonna be like, well, that's not possible. Well, I can't do that because that's not what I physically see in my reality. But let's get clear on that. Your physical reality, what you see right now, is based on the choices that you have made in the past. Now, if you want this quantum version of yourself, you have to choose and believe differently in order to create different results. So even though it feels impossible, or that's not what I see in my reality right now, you still have to choose that version of yourself. Now, all of the things that are going to be coming up, you can also do a journaling exercise through that, right? Writing down all of the limitations on a piece of paper, all of the things that you think are stopping you, blocking you, slowing down, the why, the wounds, the stories, all of the things. Write it as much as you can, what is conscious to you. Write it out. And then, once again, with the choice, I choose to transform all of this for my highest good. You can do a little burning ritual. You can burn that piece of paper and give the ashes back to the earth, whatever feels aligned. Or you can just rip it out and throw it out, however, whatever is the safest and what feels most aligned. That next step. Then the rewiring and working with the body. Get into your body. Every time you becoming aware, when you choose that reality, things will show up to almost see, are you ready to embody this frequency? So when it's gonna come up, you have to come back to your body through breath, through movement, what works best for you. For me, what worked is breath, quantum breath. I sat there, I breathed, I got into the body with every breath. I am safe, my intention, and move in that energy and transforming from the inside out, rewiring the nervous system. Now, if that feels aligned for you with the quantum breath, I do have a free quantum breath that you can watch and follow and do every single day. I will link that down below. So, yes, getting back to that, the feeling safe in your body. You can do, EFT tapping, another good method for rewiring and regulating the nervous system is, I'm sure you've seen butterfly taps. So you, like a butterfly, you crisscross arms and you tap like that and you tell yourself, I am safe, I am safe, I am loved, whatever the affirmation and intention is to regulate, to bring yourself back into the body. So working with the body, because the body and the nervous system is a very, very big component in making this into the reality, because this does not come just from your mind, right? It is deeply related to your body, to your nervous system feeling safe in this new frequency, in this energy of your quantum self. And a third thing that I would say is, I said choose, right? Get clear on this, work with the body, and then align energetically. And so for the energetic part, I will guide you through a little technique how to step into that frequency, that energy of your quantum self. This one is a pretty easy, very easy visualization technique to align you energetically. And also, if you want to go deeper into this energetic work, I do have another another technique. And for that, please reach out to me here, or I will leave a link down below where you can book a session with me, a clarity call, whatever it is, if you want to go deeper into that energetic alignment. But I will do an energetic alignment here as well. So those are the steps that I would suggest. And then, of course, repeat, choose that reality every day. Choose that quantum self. You wake up and you ask yourself, what would my quantum self do? What would this version of me do every day? What does my day look like, right? And begin to do those. It doesn't have to be a big radical change right away. Take it little bit by little bit, what you can do. And before you know it, you're going to turn around and be like, I'm living that dream. Look at that. Because that's exactly how it happened to me. And yeah, that is the quantum self. So remember, this version of you, this quantum self, that version of you already exists, and you embody that version of yourself by aligning energetically and peeling back the layers that are not you, and remembering on a deep cellular level that you are that version. You are that version already. Just align, magnetize, and manifest it into your reality, and follow the steps that I gave you here. So if you like this episode, if you like this topic, like, comment, share, subscribe, so you will be notified of the next episodes, whatever we're going to be diving into. Really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. All the links will be linked down below. And this was so fun. I enjoyed this so much because all things quantum is my favorite thing to talk about, to get into. So this is the technique to align energetically with your quantum self. So let's begin. Find a comfortable place, somewhere you can be Sitting, you can do the standing, whatever feels good for you. Just find a place where you won't be bothered for the next few minutes. It's not going to be a long technique, it's not too long. And when you are ready, let's just take a few moments to really just ground in and really tune in into your breath. Yeah. So taking a moment, inhaling, you can inhale into the belly and exhale with the let yourself relax with each breath. Inhaling, exhale, and release any tensions. Beautiful. And one more time, inhaling in and exhaling, letting go of any thoughts, emotions. Beautiful. And now, turning your attention to your left. Look at yourself on your left. Visualize a version of you right now as you are, right? With maybe these the stories, the limitations, the wounds, the version of you right now that you're not happy about, that you want to transform and change. And just notice that version of yourself. What does that version of you look like? How is her hair? How is she dressed? How is she standing? What is she thinking? What is she thinking about herself, the world, all of these things? Just notice and see this version of yourself. And give yourself a moment to see this version to your left, in front of you and to the left. Noticing all the little details of that version of yourself. That's right. And now, turning your attention to the right. Notice, become aware that there is another version of you to the right. Now, this version of you is the quantum self. Is this version of you that already has all of the keys, codes, gifts, knowledge, that dream life? And just notice that version of you. What does that version of you look like? Her makeup, her hair, the way she's dressed, the way she's standing. What is she doing? How is she thinking? What does she believe? All of those little details. What does that version of you look like? Yeah. The most highest version of you. All the little details. And now when you have that version to your right, and now noticing the version of you on the left that is on a lower timeline, and the one on the right on the higher timeline. Now go ahead and visualize both of these versions merging together to create this like third version. And this third version of you is standing right before you. And now notice this version. What does this version of you look like? her haircut, her makeup, the way she's dressed, the way she's standing, the way she carries herself. What is she doing? The glimmer in her eyes, all of the little details. What does she believe? How does she love herself? What does she do daily? All of the little details about her. Notice her. See her. And now ask yourself, do you like this version? Is this version what you wanted? Is this the version that you want to embody? If she looks good, like more than 80%, it's great. If not, if you're not too happy, go ahead and change and tweak what you need to tweak within her. Give her traits that make her that quantum version. Give her thoughts, the whatever it is. Change her appearance, whatever needs to be changed. If you're not happy with that version, give her everything. Make her just right, the way you see it. And so if you are at this point happy with that version of your quantum self, satisfied, now from this place you can stand up and facing that version of you, walk into that version. If you're satisfied, make that physical like step and feel yourself merging with that version of you physically. And from here you might feel some sensations within the body. You might see this physical merge, or you simply know that it has happened, the merge has happened. Either way is just perfect. But however it is, just notice and receive this version of yourself. Ya shukruti ya shwarakiatu ya turtu ya shukruti. Ya tia ikai tushia. Beautiful. And allowing all of this to really truly settle within the physical vessel. And I request that all of these transformations continue 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until they are fully stabilized and complete within the body system. And so it is. And so it is. And just letting yourself feel what you feel, letting yourself integrate energetically this quantum version of yourself. When you feel ready, just coming back into the awareness and allowing yourself to receive. Beautiful.